So I wanted to talk about my own first business that I owned, which was this year actually during my sophomore year of high school. I it was like towards the end, like maybe the last month of school. Like I didn't do it for super long because I had someone that gave me the idea, and I really wanted to start making money. I wasn't sure what to do, but someone gave me an idea, and I thought that maybe it could work, it could be possible. And I started selling burritos at school. And it was hard to do. It was a lot of communication skills for sure, a lot of connections that I had to build, a lot of people that I had to like get to know. The biggest thing about it was you have to get to know people, I think. You wouldn't usually like talk to, like random people, like you would just never talk to unless it was for something like this. But it was I don't know if I'd say it was difficult. It was just, I think the hardest part was I myself was making it. I was doing everything by myself. I was preparing it, I was cooking it. I did all of that by myself, and I did the preparation, and everything was on me. Everything that went into the burrito making business was through me. I did all of it by myself, and I sold at school by myself, and I made good money off it. It was hard and it was challenging, but I think doing it was a good thing. There was a lot of business to it that I think I learned from it, and the salesman techniques and convincing people to buy it. And I even had some competition that was also selling burritos at my school, and that I think that motivated me even more to want to do better and like not fall behind and improve and be better than the person that I was competing with. I think in a way, having someone else who was also doing it made me want to be better, made me want to improve and keep going more than I would have if there was like nobody else competing with me. Having someone that was also doing what I was doing pushed me forward more to want to improve on the flavoring, the pricing, the salesmanship that I have towards others. It made me improve on just everything that I did. And it was really weird because there was a specific class that I didn't really like. I didn't really know too many people in that class. I didn't really talk to a lot of people, but as soon as I started selling burritos, everybody wanted to talk to Burrito Boy over here. As soon as I caught wind, as soon as I started telling people, everybody wants to be Burrito Boy's friend, and everybody wants to buy burritos. Coincidence, huh? Like, who would have guessed it? I think one of the best things about selling like the food at school is I think most people's school food sucks. And I had the idea that school food sucks, kids are terrible with money. Put that together, I make good food, kids bad with money, so they buy from me. And I think that really worked out because people wanted to buy it and people really wanted to get a hold of this, and it really worked out very well. Like, it worked out way better than I would have thought. I had a whole Instagram for it and everything for pre-orders and stuff, and I was really proud of what I made and proud of what I did, and I am still proud. It like really got me some starter money. I alone in cash I made over like $300, and I should count it up and see how much I made, but all in all, I think I probably made like maybe like close to $600, like in a month. Like $600 in a month, dude. That's like really good. Like if I added all that up, and if I started in the beginning of the year, that would have been so much money. I would have made so much money from that. Like, it would have been crazy how much money I could have made, but it was very difficult to maintain. I lost a lot of sleep. I lost a lot of time for other things in order to do that, but I do think it was worth it for what I want to do. I think I'm going to save the money that I have to start up my own business and hopefully improve. I think that's what I'm gonna use this money for. But my burrito selling business, I think the biggest thing you can take away is, if you want to do this for yourself, is you need to communicate and talk to people. You need to get to know people. You have to know people for people to want to buy them. If you don't know enough people, then no one's gonna want to buy them. Like, you have to tell the people that you're selling to, spread the word, like let people know. You have to do like above and beyond what you think you have to do. You have to talk to as many as people as you can. I had this friend. I had this friend, and there was these like two annoying people that we didn't really like, and I never really liked them. And one of my friends, like, we're kind of friends with them, and he called them over and stuff, and he told them like, "Oh, my friend right here, he's selling burritos and stuff, and what and what." And I was kind of like annoyed with it at the time because I didn't like them. They were just super annoying. But they ended up becoming like my most loyal customers. Like, they bought from me like almost every day, like every day that I was selling. And it was so much, dude. Like, they bought so much from me. And like things like that, like, you wouldn't expect to happen. Like, you wouldn't expect certain things to go that way. Like, you're gonna be surprised about how many people end up buying the things that you sell, and the people who are buying the things that you sell. Like, you are gonna be shocked at the successfulness. Like, I know it's scary to start and a little bit embarrassing for some people. It was definitely for me, but once you start making money and like gaining success and gaining traction, you're not gonna be embarrassed at all. You're gonna know that you're making money. You're starting like almost your own little business in school, and these people can't even like make fun of you because you're doing something successful. Like, you're making something of yourself. So I think all in all, like, having a burrito selling business or a snack selling business like that, I think is a great side business to do during school, if you're in high school or maybe even like junior high or middle school, depending on how old you are. But it really worked out for me, and I would definitely suggest doing it if you're willing to put in the time and the patience. It has a lot of patience. Took me hours to do, dude, to make all those burritos. Took a long time, but if you are willing to do that, I think it's definitely worth it, and you should definitely try it. It's hard at first, but the more you do something, the better it is. And I think that's definitely something that would be worth trying for a business. And you should definitely keep track of like the money you make and stuff. Like, maybe you have like a whole Google sheet or something so you can track your money, because I was doing it at the beginning, but I just got lazy. Like, a lot of times when people came up to you and buy stuff, like, it would be like all at once. Like, it would come in waves. Like, it wouldn't just be one person one by one buying. It would be like 4 people buying at once, and it was hard to track down, and I just wouldn't do it. So it just like discouraged me from doing it. But you shouldn't be discouraged from tracking how much money you make. You should definitely track how much money you make. It motivates you seeing like how much money you made. Like, me seeing that in the beginning like really motivated me, but I just got distracted and didn't want to keep track. But you should definitely keep track of the money you make for this, for anything really, but definitely for this. But yeah, doing this, something like this or similar to selling things at school, is definitely something I would 100% recommend. And it's a great little side gig to start if you're trying to bring up some money. I would definitely try doing it. It's a great investment if you're trying to get into business, and it's something that will definitely start up to make you feel a little bit like you're actually doing something worth your time. You're not just wasting time. Also, something important to add, a really big thing you need to do is the pricing of your burritos. I myself, I sold mine for $7, and really what I did, I undercut the other guy that was also selling burritos. He sold his for $8, and eventually he increased his to $9. And so at first I was undercutting him by $1, and then $2, and once he hit $2, then dude, I started stealing. Like everybody that was buying from him, they all came to me, dude. They all wanted just mine because they didn't want to spend $2 extra for that, and that really just like increased that. So if there's like ever something like that, if you're in a scenario like that where you can increase, like if someone's overpriced and you can still make profit, then I think that's something you should definitely take advantage of, because you don't want your burritos to be overpriced either. You want yours to be like fairly priced. You want yours to be like still good. And I was making like good money from that dude too. I sold like 3 days a week, and I sold each for $7. And I was buying like each like ingredient and stuff. Everything in total cost like $35. So everything was like altogether like $35. So if I do like, let me get my calculator. Some quick math. Hold on. So 7. I usually made like between 8 and 16. So let's do like 7 times 16. That's 112. And you minus that by 35, because that's how much everything is. That's $77 in one day. And do that for the whole week, and did it for 3 times a week. So times that by 3. That's $231 in 1 week. But you know, that's if you sell out and stuff. That's if you profit all that and put your money into it and stuff, and just recycle the money you make over and over and put it into the ingredients and the time that you need for that. You know, it's like it has good money in it and everything, but it's all like very codependent on what you do with it. Like you can make good money with it, but you have to be smart with it too. Like you can't just spend your money, or else like there's like no point, you know. There's no point in making the money if you're just gonna spend it all on something stupid. So you should definitely invest it into, just put it into the burritos, put it into anything else that you are planning, like creatively, or for your anything that you're trying to do on your own. But you have to just recycle that and use that money, or else it's not gonna come out as profit. But that's one of the biggest things. You just don't want to overprice your stuff, because no one wants to buy overpriced stuff. And it's a big takeaway I think that a lot of people should use. So that's something you should definitely take in mind. But that's really all I have to say. See ya.